Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
Mutts? Is it mutts or muss?
Mutts.
No, it's Mats. Merry Christmas.
Hey, you have to show the beer because ours are in these sweet cozies.
Oh, this is for a beer.
So,
oh.
yeah, Dogma Shed Campfire Amplifier.
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah.
It's
For
pretty
sure.
good.
Cool. Oh, so good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's tasty. That's very
But
chocolatey.
that's sweet, but
ones in
sweet,
there.
like well done. Not like it makes you sick. 'Cause
Guys,
I'm gonna make
we
you throw
burned. This is our last Christmas movie, I think, of the Christmas season.
for this season, yep.
So we had to go big.
If we
had to
cared
go
enough,
big.
we could keep going. I'm just
We,
saying.
I don't.
We've got other years, we'll do this again in a year. We've got Manifest Destiny to do
We do.
next.
We do.
So,
We have plenty of Manifest Destiny
Yeah.
still to do. So
uh,
we did do probably, I'd say, the consummate bad Christmas movie of all time, maybe. I don't know.
In case you're wondering, guys,
Yeah.
there is a Jingle All the Way too.
there is?
Yeah.
Does this have Gerard Butler in it, maybe?
I will. I'll give you one more guess. On think of like the worst person that could star in a
Rainn
movie.
Wilson.
No, Rainn
No.
Wilson's great. What are you talking about?
Larry
Larry
the
the
Cable
Cable.
Matthew Broderick?
Larry the
No,
Cable.
Larry the Cable
Oh,
Guy.
Larry. Oh.
But also, Matthew Broderick would be terrible as well.
Hey, guys. It's,
I murdered someone with my car
I
in real
hit
life.
someone in my car.
I killed them. And
Oh.
then we covered it up, and I didn't get arrested for
Yeah.
it.
Because I'm just a nerdy guy, right?
That murdered a person.
Okay.
Guys, we're talking about
we're
Jingle.
not-
We're talking
yeah,
about
we're not
Buster
talking about
actor
that, yeah.
Arnold
That's
Schwarzenegger.
super
guys,
Arnold
okay?
Schwarzenegger.
An American treasure,
Yeah.
Sinbad.
Oh, I thought you meant Arnold Schwarzenegger again, and then I was going to talk about how honest he is. But
He
yeah,
was- he was
Sinbad.
a former
I do love
governor.
Sinbad.
Also,
so-
Governor of
American
California.
treasure Jake Lloyd is in this.
I'm like, Jamie, do you recognize that? And she's like, no, I don't know who that is. I'm like, that's motherfucking Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And somehow, much better actor in this movie.
And you went Hayden Christensen, and you're like, oh,
I mean, this is my life as a house, I guess, right?
Yeah. So, like I said, too, it's our second Burn After Watching with Rita Wilson.
In a row.
Yeah.
and another fucking fantastic movie,
Mm-hmm.
like incredible bad, where she plays wallpaper-ish again.
Yeah. Like, I'm a pretty lady.
I'm here to
she's
move
a
the plot.
mother.
Yeah.
I'm here to move the plot along.
Yeah.
And his sort of beleaguered wife, kind of.
Yeah.
So, guys, this is the Chris Columbus 1492 imprint. That's how you know it's going to be good, right?
Right?
Yeah. Chris Columbus,
Yeah.
He
1492.
did all the best Harry Potter movies. By that I mean he did one, but still the first one. No one liked this one, but still,
Wasn't the Chamber of Secrets? Did he do that one?
I think he did. No, that was Alfonso Cuarón. No, that was that was Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't know.
I think he did the first two.
So,
And then I think, Prisoner of because that's when they started getting good. Not to be, but we watched some other Chris Columbus productions for this before. We know what's going down. So I wrote down. I'm realizing as we age that half of 90s children's movies or family movies are just dads running late for some event they should have been at because they work so hard at work. Yeah.
It's not their fault.
Right.
Yeah. No.
They're bringing home the money while the mom's at home with the kids,
just-
you know?
Milking all that money
Yeah.
away, you know?
And then I love that they live in Minneapolis. Did you see the traffic on that highway
Yeah, they live
in
in the Mall of America.
Minneapolis?
Well, it's for the Mall of America. I mean, come on.
maybe this is primo, first year Mall in America open. That's why it's so
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah, the day
But
before
it's
Christmas
It's like
Eve.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like you should be planning at this point, though. For traffic.
Matt, he doesn't plan for anything.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Or
The
listen to
premise-
anything.
The premise of this movie is that this man has forgotten his kid for the kid's whole life, and then also forgot to get the kid a toy. The toy, Turbo Man.
Yeah.
The toy that will win a child's love.
So Turbo Man is basically this show that is very Power Rangers-esque.
Yeah.
Wacky characters.
That's exactly what I said. Power Rangers level quality.
Yeah.
Jamie was saying this reminds me of the Power Rangers. It does. You're right. He lets you know right at the beginning he's good at selling stuff, and so of course this comes back.
What's his character's name?
Howard
Langston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're my
Austrian-
number one customer. Yeah.
The Austrian Howard Langston.
Yeah, the Austrian Howard Langston. I love how he gets to the karate test or whatever, and he's super late. Not even people are leaving.
But
the
he's not even a
place is
custodian
empty.
there.
Dark, yeah.
Dude, just go
But he
home.
walks in hey, did I make it on time?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I tried to carry outside.
Oh.
They did not make it, I don't think.
So then I love he gets home, and my favorite character from this movie, even though he ends up being a creeper at the end, but my favorite character, Phil Hartman's Ted, the next door neighbor Ted, the divorced dad next door who's always there.
Ted Moulton.
Ted Moulton is putting lights on his house. And what I love about Ted, even
On
though
Howard's
he's kind
house.
of slimy himself, is he straight up pretty much tells Howard, like, what a shitty dad he is. Like, without, like, saying it outright. He's like, too bad you were late to the show. I got it on video, though. You can watch my video.
I'm gonna put in your wife.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was trying to be a dick or not be a dick. But, like, this guy can kill you. You know that, right? Like,
Well, they wanted to
one
make him.
punch, you're
They
dead.
wanted to make him unlikable, I guess, and I was like, okay, I get
But the
it.
thing is, you also kind of love him because he's just
I think
ridiculous.
he's the best actor.
Well,
in
plus
this
Bill
movie.
Hartman.
He's the best. Yes,
Bill Hartman's
right.
super likable.
Phil Hartman's amazing. He's the best
All right,
actor.
and I
in the
love Rita Wilson, but they give her
And
nothing to do.
right,
Mm.
and like if all this shit, like if you listen, he does a ton of stuff to help all these people around the neighborhood, and he really is like bringing joy to all these,
See,
the Christmas joy to all these people. So
I
it's
just-
like,
I assumed at
But
the
he's
beginning of
doing-
this, when they introduced him, that he is fucking all these ladies.
No, that's the thing. He is.
yeah,
But I don't know if he is. I think he just
That's why
helps
he's
them
doing
all.
nice things, though.
Yeah.
He is helping them.
he's
you know,
helping them,
Like that.
but he's actually doing the things. So it's like
I
whatever.
feel he's
it's
like
okay.
friend zone dude. He's just like always in the
No,
friend zone.
because
No,
the
that's
women
not
are
his-
definitely
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
exactly.
guess they are. You're
But
right.
also, you're like,
You're
guy
right.
with his shirt tucked in and glasses, like, this must be the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that guy's the man right
Well,
there.
He
I'm-
just has a
thinking-
huge dick.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
last
like-
week. Like
yeah,
he's
right.
got like this like crazy
Being
pelvis. He's got
Well,
like a
and
Ricky Martin
his
thing.
wife
His dick is
left
a
him,
fist on
right?
the end of it.
His wife left him, so he's like working extra hard to prove that
Which
he's
he
like
keeps
the
saying,
manliest
and you're like,
man. Yeah.
no, we get it, man. No,
Yeah,
I get it.
so-
Okay, man. It's like,
But,
I took a cunnilingus class.
But I love his relationship with Howard, like Ted and like when those two together. And then I think what it is that Rita Wilson's like the last woman he hasn't been with, so he's
Yeah,
like
in
he's
the
gotta
neighborhood,
have
yeah,
her. Yeah, exactly. So
And you know,
Yeah,
to
and
be
it's
honest,
Rita Wilson. She's
to be
cool.
honest, she seems almost DTF. Like at some points she seems like he's too.
well, because her
much.
husband is
Yeah,
an
he's
asshole.
not around. You know? What's she gonna do? She's lonely.
So I love how so then he's like, I need to talk to my son because I didn't come to his show and everything. I gotta go apologize. And when he went up there and he's talking to him and he's just like, we were like, this is how he talked to his illegitimate son, where he's just like, oh, I'm sorry.
You're gay.
I love
Can I
you
buy you
so
anything?
much.
Let me
Yeah.
buy you something.
Yeah, let me buy you
Like,
something.
Dad,
Yeah.
and you my real dad. Like,
Yeah.
of course I'm your real dad. You
But I
look
can't
exactly
tell,
like
yeah,
you have the
it's
same
just like,
accent.
Also that kid could not act. I think this was like his first movie and it was
Yeah,
so
it didn't
bad.
get better.
Yeah.
He was in
No,
Star
I
Wars
know.
Episode 1.
I
It
know.
didn't get better.
But yeah, then he's telling his dad about Turbo Man, and it's like Howard's never heard about this before. It's like that's all this kid would be talking about for months, 24/7. But he didn't
Especially
hear
back then
his
with,
kid
with
like
Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't
Like you get a
care.
Saturday morning cartoon commercial.
And the
He's
commercials.
so busy selling things.
exactly
He's really
like
good
we were saying. Our kids don't get that like we got it. Like they drilled that shit into your brain. You wanted that one specific thing
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Exactly.
So it's just ridiculous. And then you're just thinking, so you're just like, then you're just such a shitty dad that you don't even listen to your kid. Basically, you're just not around and you don't listen to your kid. So,
So he decides he's gonna try.
well, no, but leading up to that,
Not
then
yet.
she comes in and she's like, "Did you get the doll?" Now,
She told him
the
2
number
weeks
one
ago.
thing we said, and that they said on shout out to CinemaSins, is if this woman knows her husband's never around and that he's not
And
listening
his
to the
brain
kid and
don't
he's
work.
working that hard, she would have gotten her shopping done weeks ago and she would have just taken care of it.
Well, they only have the one car, maybe. Like he's just got. the
No,
car.
they definitely have
But
two.
then she would have
It's
she would remind him every day.
yeah, no, it
Every
was
day. Like
'cause
before they
she's
went
like-
to bed, when they were done
yeah,
with
she's
sex.
like 2
when
weeks
they're in the
ago
middle
when
of
I
sex.
told you to get it. Did you get it? And he's just like, oh, and then of course, but he just outright lies. He's like, yeah, I got it.
Of course, it's in your house.
Yeah.
You're a Turbo
Yeah.
Man. Turbo Man.
Right.
Turbo Man. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now we get into the real meat of the story, which is he's got to go find this Turbo Man on Christmas Eve.
Which is super like popular and sold out.
yeah, totally
Which
sold
is like
out.
Black Friday-esque craziness to get this toy.
Yeah, no,
Just as toy.
I love how they did say both of the people who wrote this movie and came up with this movie did say
They
it
were
was
Coke.
about
They were
they
Coke.
no they had gone to Black Friday and that's what made them think of this. Yeah, I don't think it's ever like this on Christmas Eve. Like hopefully people have gotten their shit done. Like this many people haven't fucked up. Like the mall was full of people. Like full. It's Christmas Eve. Like,
So-
but I don't know because I've never been out on
So
Christmas
the
Eve.
first store he goes to, a man straight up gets trampled to death. Like there's no way that guy lived.
Yeah.
He's dead. And then he's like asking about this toy. Chris Parnell, by the way, a nice
Yes, I love that.
as laughing sales associate.
Maybe his first role. I think it might be.
Just getting a good laugh at Artie's expense.
Mm-hmm. But this is
Where's your
also
Christmas spirit?
this is all
Where's
weird.
your Christmas
Also,
spirit? That is what he said.
where we
Like-
get introduced to the laziest postman ever. What I didn't write down the character's name. What's his name?
Sinbad. I did
Sinbad,
somewhere.
It's right here. It's his name is
Sinbad.
Myron Larrabee.
Myron,
I was gonna say
right.
Marlon. That's
Yeah.
Myron. Also,
I just wrote Sinbad.
like I think there's like Sinbad. We don't have any lines for you to just go out there and do shit. Like,
Yeah.
just
Oh no, they
rip.
definitely
Yeah.
just let him do what the fuck he wants.
Because there's a couple times when he was doing shit with Arnold that looked like Arnold was trying not to laugh, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I was actually kind of into that.
Definitely in that extended
that definitely,
scene. Yeah.
that definitely made me happy when I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I see this guy. It looks like
Yeah.
these guys are getting along.
Yeah, they're
well.
actually like
Yeah,
he's
like,
making
they're-
him laugh and stuff.
They
But
had chemistry for certain, which is
Yeah.
like something. Hey, guess what? This next movie, Sinbad and Arnold Schwarzenegger would be perfect. I'd be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
Whoa, Arnold,
Oh,
the
it's
cow!
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, but he's like this conspiracy theory guy,
Yeah.
and he's basically like he's just like,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
we lowly people are crapped on, and toy companies have us under, you know,
Yeah,
we
I
have us
just,
under
I just
control.
wrote a monologue.
I
Yeah.
think he's supposed to be a disgruntled postman.
Yeah,
I think
he's
it's
just
really
like-
what it
yeah.
is.
Oh no, believe me,
Yeah.
because they come back to the theme millions.
Yeah,
of times.
like,
like wait a minute, like let's get in this well
There's
again.
punch it in your face like every time you
Like,
forget like you're like, and then the worst part is throughout the movie he's like, we're cool now, and Arnold's like, oh, okay, we're cool now, and then he just does something stupid to him
Yeah,
again.
like a horror, like not even like
Yeah.
it's like back and forth. It's like just him being horrible
Yeah.
to Arnold. I'm like, oh, this got a couple things like in retaliation, but like Sinbad's horrible.
Yeah,
to
he's a
him.
dick.
Yeah.
He like tries to murder his child. Like
Yeah.
he does just everything he can to be an asshole.
He fuck all tries to get him arrested. He tries to like do a lot of stuff.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
What I love is that he's got his fucking bag on him all day, and like your number one thing every time you see him is like, why aren't you delivering this shit?
Well,
like,
he also says in the beginning of the movie, he's like, oh, I'm not even going to deliver this anymore.
Yeah.
But the bag is on him so he can comically fall over and
Yeah.
letters can fall.
Yeah.
oh, and also
That's
so he
like,
can
okay.
pretend packages are bombs later in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yes.
Exactly.
Several times. Oh boy. If you're like, I want that gag, well, you get it. And it
So
keeps going.
what I love too is he's supposed to be traveling all over Minneapolis, like to these different stores, but they keep like meeting each other, of course, in every
Well,
single
of course,
place.
because they're all trying to get
Yeah.
that toy for their kid.
And in a diner.
No, but also he keeps meeting the same police officer over and over
That
again.
one police officer
Yeah.
who
Covers all of Minneapolis.
Yeah.
who is on the whole entire day and goes back to work injured where he can't pick up a weapon because both of his hands are covered in gauze.
No!
Yeah, so finally he goes.
It's under budget. Everyone's doing overtime, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't always do overtime.
So finally he actually goes to the Mall of America. They had the scene in they
Yes.
filmed it in the Mall of America.
Mall of America.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And
There's this whole crazy slapstick scene where they have these balls. They're giving
That
us,
is
like,
my
raffle
ball!
balls to get the toy,
Oh my god.
and he loses it, and this little kid
First-
gets it.
First of all, that's the motherfucking bounciest bouncy ball
Yeah.
I've ever fucking seen in my
no,
life.
they
Like-
defied physics
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
far.
like-
It just made no sense.
Like that ball bounced for 14 minutes. So I was like, okay, we got it. We got the ball.
That is my ball!
But then we also get to meet another one of our favorite storied actors, Jim Belushi, playing.
Oh my god, guys.
you
Jim
know,
Belushi was in this movie.
Yeah.
Jim Belushi, but also, you know who else was in this movie, guys?
Yeah,
Paul
did you
White,
see it? Yeah.
The Big Show was in this
Yeah.
movie, guys.
As Giant Santa.
As the Big Santa.
The big Santa.
I literally was like, I just started laughing. He was like, why are you laughing at? I'm like, I know who the fuck that guy is. That is Paul White, the Big Show. Like,
It wasn't the Kurgan. They
You know-
didn't get
you know
Kurgan.
those big sausage fingers he's got? It's like,
They didn't get
Big Show.
Kurgan. They got the Big Show. Paul
Yeah, it's big. And this is like so far back that it's like Paul in the credits is Paul the Giant White.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cute.
White. That's before he weighed like 500 pounds. He's like,
Where's
Yeah,
the
it
Big
is.
Show?
I did love that they had.
So fuck you, John Cena.
Yeah.
Paul White had you.
So Jim Belushi playing obviously an asshole.
Jim
That's
Belushi, he's
all
just
he
playing
ever-
Jim
that's
Belushi.
what he does, yeah.
Like, put a Santa Claus on and just talk.
I did love that when they got to the undisclosed like secret location, the attack dog had antlers on. Like they really got into the whole spirit of
Okay,
Christmas.
Guys,
like,
this was a legitimately fun fight scene.
yeah,
Except for the one thing that took me out of this was a grown man yelling, "Dog pile!" Because like, is that something anyone would ever yell during a fight? Dog pile! Like, is that a move, like a fight move that people have? I was like, this is a Santa Burley Brawl legit.
Yeah.
Like, this is like Matrix.
Okay,
versus
Matt, if
Smith.
you remember the Burley Brawl, there was a dog pile in it.
But,
There you
but
go,
did
boom.
Smith go, dog pile?
Actually, if you one of the Smiths did, if you watch the tape, Matt, I'm just saying, the Matrix copied off this movie.
Basically,
Whole weight stole from this
same
movie.
thing.
I said, when you get into what it is a factory where they're making these like fake versions,
Yeah,
like crap
Confederated
versions.
toys, yeah.
Yeah. And I wrote here, back before you could pay people to ship you this garbage from China. This is when you would like go get it.
Well,
from
it
the
made no sense though
factory.
because the toy looked exactly like the right toy, except it didn't have any joints, and it was in Spanish. And
Yeah.
it was like you're that close, man. Just
Yeah.
cross the fucking
Right?
finish line.
Like what happened here?
Like, oh, we got all the parts except for the joints. Just put it in the box. They'll never know. Like, okay.
Yeah.
There's some assembly required.
Yeah. That was good improv.
The whole movie was full of pretty like cheap props, like that. Like most of it looks pretty, but you know.
There's a lot of good little people jobs in this movie too.
Yes.
Like a lot of good elf, like played by little people.
Mhm.
I was like, let's get them working. Let's working.
I've read that back when he was talking about the action figure, Jake Lloyd, one of the first things he says is the action figure with the arms and legs that move. I'm like, if the arms and legs don't move, it's not an action figure.
Then it's Titan series, guys.
Yeah.
We're looking at you, Titan series, you little bitches with your stupid. I'm the Flash.
Yeah.
My arms and legs just move like this.
I'm like, nobody.
He's the Flash. I can't even move him.
He's standing up. He has his arm out.
But you know
Straight.
what? Kids still eat that shit up. They don't care. I'm like, why don't you care?
Yeah,
about
but he
this?
wanted the ones with the arms
I'm
and legs that
I'm
move.
like,
Yeah.
Connie, you need to care about this more than I care about it. But you don't.
Martin Mull is also in this movie, guys.
Martin Mull, guys.
Yeah.
As do you remember Martin Mull's? Or actually, Richard Mull. Wait, Richard Mull?
It was Martin Mull. Maybe he had a different name back then.
Why is it saying Richard?
No, that is not him.
That's like a different guy.
Maybe his brother's
That's one
in
of the
this?
Santas or something.
Oh yeah, he played a guy named.
That's
Dementor.
Richard Mole. Martin Mull is
Oh.
Mull.
He played a disc jockey.
Yeah.
He played a disc jockey with a ponytail, a sweet, sweet ponytail. Probably the best thing in the movie, I'd say, is that ponytail.
It was Nicholas.
His whole outfit, I
Okay.
actually really liked
Okay,
it.
it was
He
Nicolas
had
Cage
a
esque
red
hair.
velvet vest and a denim shirt. I was
But
digging it.
we get
I
to
like
this
that.
now. Arnie is desperate. He can't get this toy out. Howard, I mean. And they're like, this radio contest, like, if you win, all you have to do is name all 8 reindeer.
Yeah, like no one.
That's
got
that's
it.
practice.
No one
You gotta
knows
do
it.
it.
No, I did love this scene though because he was like, "I'm definitely gonna win this because I'm so in shape." And all you could think to yourself was, "This guy spends more time exercising than he does
But
with his kid."
before this,
Like,
it's on the phone you're supposed to do this.
Yeah.
For some reason the phone doesn't work, or, Sinbad
No,
hangs
Sinbad
up on it.
rips the phone out.
Sinbad breaks the
He
phone.
rips the fucking phone out.
In
Like,
this
give
whole-
me a fucking
But
break.
then he decides, I'm just going to run to the place, because it's down the block, and tell the guy, the
Yeah.
disc jockey, in his booth.
like
Like,
that'll work.
That's
right?
that's
Yeah.
that's a mix it come and give it out of listen.
Well, I think also because it was only 2 blocks away, they were just like, we know there's one 2 blocks away. We're gonna go do whatever we can.
was that
to
guy
try to get
Isaac
it."
Hayes or something? He's like, hey, get
It
on the
wasn't
chef.
Isaac
He
Hayes.
had a very Isaac Hayes
Yeah.
voice, but it wasn't him. Yeah,
I'm the
Yeah.
chef from South Park.
Yeah. Suck on my soul to chocolate balls. Like, what the
I
fuck?
was like, is this like his stunt double?
Did Trey Park and
Go
Matt
out here.
Stone steal this?
Yeah, like-
So, but also what's stupid is Sinbad has a line in the that's my favorite scene when they're at the diner before they go there,
Okay.
and
Because, yeah.
it's a great scene. Like he
Yeah.
talks about his childhood, and then it was funny because he kept calling things that were gonna happen in the movie and he'd never seen it. He's like that's who his son's gonna be, and then that's the scene where he like sees his son like drinking the alcohol. I love that scene. But anyway, it's funny because he says a line and he's like, "This is the one day out of the year we have to show them that we won't screw up." And I'm like, "No, you have 365 days out of the year."
Like the entire year.
Like,
you
the
do
lines
yourself
in
one
this
day
are
and then
so
you can be an asshole the
ridiculous.
rest of
Yeah,
the time.
exactly.
You're deadbeat the rest of the time. Gone till December.
Ugh, so bad.
Also,
I
when
love.
they get to the radio station, there's somebody on the phone going, Randy Tito Germain.
Yeah.
Look to Jackson
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
Why would you even call? Like, you don't know the reindeer.
So
So
how do you knew him, man? Okay.
you just thought the Jackson 5 were the reindeer?
like
Like,
hating on these guys, hating on them.
also, there's only 5, so he'd have to make 3
Yeah.
more up. Janet,
He
Latoya,
thought I was
and
like
Joe.
drunk or something. Yeah, so I loved Martin Mull's whole look. It was so 90s and great. Also, he gets tossed into a wall of cassette tapes, you guys. Cassette tapes. I was like, oh.
It felt like FYE. That was a very FYE
He did
sound.
like a little comical, like, they'll follow him.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
That's
So
not
then
hurt though. Those
So then
things
they
are
find
sharp.
out that the doll's not there. So of course they still don't have the doll. So
And the
Howard's
police.
like,
Now we have the police now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
but
God! And then there's
but
the
then
whole.
we forget how they get out of that, man, because it's not the first time, but the second time. No, this is the first time they pull
That's
out.
the first one.
First
Yeah.
time they pull
The
out
first one, it was a music
homemade
box.
explosive device.
So he's got this box like, Mom! Sinbad just eating
Which
cheering.
also-
Like, how do you not get an Academy Award for this?
If
I don't
Howard
know.
was thinking about it at
Or
all,
Mr. Razzie. Did
like-
he get a Razzie? Maybe he did.
Howard
Wow.
does say that the guy's crazy, but it's like he hasn't been running around with a bomb all
Well, I
day
mean,
long.
he's not. It's like he wasn't
Also,
lying. He's
old,
like, yeah,
yeah,
he's
old
like,
cop who knows him, who's now had a run-in with him twice, who knows Howard, like has him, but then he like turns away and Howard just runs away. I'm like, he
Yeah.
knows your name already,
Yeah.
motherfucker. He can come to your house later.
Justice now.
Yeah.
Like, he can come to your house later. He knows your name. He
Unless,
knows your license.
unless, of course, he's exploded by a bomb.
Yeah. And so then,
And Howard doesn't give a shit. He's just like, oh, too
Oh,
bad.
that's bad for him, I guess.
The
But
first
don't
box,
worry.
the first box is
Sorry.
the music box.
Yeah.
The first box. But then the second box, he's like, I had a little bomb squad.
Trey,
Trey,
that's funny. That's funny.
And then he gets, like, a large explosion happens.
But it didn't hurt anybody, thankfully. I mean,
Yeah.
it shakes the ground.
They show it right
And
afterwards, and his
lights.
face has just
And
got
like they
some
would have been murdered
ash
by at
on
least
it.
a pressure wave,
Yeah.
not from
Yeah,
shrapnel.
pressure
in
wave.
the
I was like,
faces and
that's why I was like,
bodies.
pressure wave, he's dead. Like, that's not how bombs work.
So then I love how Howard gets home and he's all pissed
Yeah,
off
this is a
because
kids movie, okay?
Ted's
You kill him.
putting the star on the tree because Howard's number one thing is Howard has
That's
to
his
put the
thing.
star on the tree on
But
This
also,
is
Christmas
his
Eve.
that's
thing.
fucked up though. You don't you don't put decorations in somebody's street. You don't put decorations in their
But
house.
also,
I don't think Ted's okay.
but
I'm
also,
just saying.
shouldn't his wife be like, no, you cannot do this? Like,
No, she stops him. She's like, "Oh, sorry, Ted,
sort of. It
It's,
takes her a
it's
little
Howard's
bit, though.
job."
Kinda
And
takes
he,
her
of
a little
course, says I do it. I can't believe he's doing that. I'm like, you must be fucking my wife.
bit. Like,
Yeah. Oh, and he tells this story earlier in it where he's like, I built a treehouse for my son, and we had such a good time doing that. And that's like, that's it. Like, that's the only other thing you've done for your kid. Like, why are we supposed to feel bad for you at all? Like, really, this movie is just showing how much of an asshole Howard is. Because he barely learns anything
Well, yeah,
through
there's
the
nothing.
whole movie.
Well, I mean, as long as you're lucky enough to be mistaken for someone that should be in a costume,
Right.
Is the
I
moral
mean, his
story.
name's Howard, too. He's already got, like, 2 strikes against him for being an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
Howard the Duck.
yeah, like, who, Howie Mandel? What is
So guys, he after that scene though,
Well, he gets chased by the reindeer. Then he
Then
kind of
gets chased
punches
by
the
the
reindeer.
Then he
Animal
punches
abuse.
the reindeer right
Yeah.
in the
Okay,
face.
Yeah.
okay, we haven't even mentioned the reindeer yet, okay? This is a reindeer that Ted...
So no, that's my favorite part about Ted because he's like, I've been watching a family of reindeer down by Lake Minnetonka. I brought him up here to
I
bring
think we use like
Christmas
that.
cheer, and then he's like, and then I'll return them to the wild. Their kind will take them in. That's why I love Ted. He's so fucking good. But anyway, yeah. Then the reindeer like doesn't like Howard when he comes to meet Howard, and I'm like, see, that reindeer knows Howard's a dick, and the reindeer's name is also Ted, so it's great. Because he said at one point he says she's outside
Make some
petting
jokes,
Ted.
yeah.
So let me get the reindeer's back in this, wrecking the house, because Howard's trying to steal this Turbo Man doll.
Oh my
He's
God.
like, but he changed it. He's like,
I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
I gotta put it back in the house. The kid that needs this.
Oh god.
And then, of course, Black Balthazar's head flies into the fire.
Balthazar. That's like my
Balthazar.
favorite line. I'm so sad he's
You
gone.
have a lot of
Oh
favorite
my
parts
God.
of this movie.
And almost all of them are because of him. He's so good.
so you guys remember the scene where there's like they're doing the news? Do you remember, or not the news, but they paraded out?
Yeah.
The weatherman's name,
I don't.
Gale Force.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. Am I right?
It's like that guy's been in stuff.
Also,
I've never seen his face.
the woman has been in a lot of things. She's been in the
Oh,
office.
Jamie, yeah, she
She's-
was
yeah.
like, I know who that is. I was like,
And
I can't remember. where
I
they're from.
love their lines. They are hilarious. I think they're my favorite part of that whole scene, actually, the anchors, because they're just like, I can't remember what he says, but he's like, he's defeated him, and she's like, oh no. Like, they're very much like overacting, and
Kinda
it's
how
very
we
funny.
I like
Yeah.
that Phil Hartman that Ted calls Howard a lost and he calls Liz a lost and
yeah.
frightened foal.
Foal,
And she's like petting her and she's like doing the like,
Yeah, like,
Gross.
please don't. Yeah,
and I was glad that happened.
Yeah.
At least I was like, okay.
yeah.
Then they got eggnog all
Um,
over his face.
Yeah. Also, but did you see the character costumes they had? Like I said, they did not spend a lot of money on like the costuming in this movie. They
Those
were the
costumes look
cheapest.
awesome. What are you talking about?
It was weird.
That
That
Superman costume was great.
it looked like they rounded up like the New York City Times
Like
Square.
all the fuzzies though
Elmos
were,
and shit.
were not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, whatever. It's a
Like
dumb
the
parade
cap,
in
the
Minnesota.
hat was all like derpy.
Yeah,
It
it's
looked
like-
like they were
It's
dirty.
a parade in Minnesota.
They were like some bedraggled
It's a
costumes.
parade in Minnesota. This
Yeah.
isn't New York City. Come on, man.
Bedraggled. Like those costumes were
That Superman
bad.
costume was dope, though. It was like the guy that made Batman's
no,
costume.
let's talk
in
about
the Batman
Superman
movie.
because he's
Terrible, man.
walking. He's like trying to hide from the police
Yeah, he's
officer,
hiding from the guy.
and all of a sudden he's getting close. But
Yeah,
I was like,
he
oh, I'm so
walks
glad
in
you're
a
here. And
door.
he's like,
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, look at him. He's a
and of
movie
course he doesn't realize what's happening to him.
Yeah.
So like they're just putting the stuff on him. And you
I
realize,
also like that they.
oh, he's in a Turbo Man
I also like that they
costume.
put it like in the dark, so you'd be like, "Oh, who is that guy wearing a red costume and a jetpack?" Like that's. Like,
Well,
that's
then they're
the
like,
movie.
he's like, well, the last guy like almost died. He's in the coma, but ha ha, funny,
It's a funny
bye.
joke.
You
Yeah.
probably won't
It's
die
okay.
for a bye. And it's like, okay. So at least it's just a costume, though, right? Like you'd wear at a parade,
No, this is a full battle suit.
Yeah.
like a fully
Yeah.
functioning military battle
yeah.
suit.
Well, and luckily, also the villain's costume, who Sinbad steals, Dementor.
Yeah.
His costume is like fully deflective. It has like armor on it and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, why? Are we
I did
doing
write in
this?
here, what we never knew is that he's a struggling stuntman working for the post office during the holidays. Like, because he took right to it.
Because he does a
was
fucking
like, yeah.
zip line.
Exactly.
That motherfucker just
Jamie.
zip onto, like a zip line onto a float, which makes no
Yeah.
sense. Like, where are you
No,
zip lining
it's
from
insane.
to a float?
But also, I love when Howard has the doll and he's like so excited. You're like, he's
Yeah,
so
got the
fucking
doll.
down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised he
Yeah.
doesn't start like he's just like, oh,
Yeah.
God. Oh, God.
My kid will love me
Yeah.
now.
Also, it had a voice changer, but it's like
It
he
didn't
still
change
has
at
an
all.
This is my
accent.
voice,
Yeah.
sir.
No, it didn't change at all. Also, Arnold being happy is 100% the
Yeah.
most happy person to the point where it's scary.
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
Jamie.
intense. Yeah. It's
Jamie.
Like, oh my
like,
God.
oh, okay, all
Jamie,
right.
God.
Jamie was upset that he kept saying.
Jamie.
Because I just can imagine on Jan.
I don't know. That's what I had to do. I had to
Jamie.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, so then he saves his kid after this very long, which that fight scene isn't. It's
You mean Jamie?
know, yeah, he saves Jamie.
It's overly bad.
He lands.
That jetpack shit.
Oh no! Let's talk about
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
There's a lot to this fight scene.
Yeah.
The grappling hook land.
He's
first.
swinging metal discs at Dementor, and they're just flying into the fucking crowd.
Yeah.
And they're metal discs because you're seeing them spark off his helmet. And you're like, he's killing people in the crowd right
Yeah.
now.
There's probably some injured people.
What the fuck are we doing? And then he's like, oh, the jetpack. That jetpack goes fucking wacky. And he's like maybe hundreds of feet above the ground at one point. And,
Right.
and of course it's comical, like it's the green
Yeah.
screen. And
At that point, it was like a farce. It's like, okay,
Like,
that's,
okay, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
let's flying around the
Like,
place.
what are we even doing now?
That's the point where the movie went off the rails was during that parade because it's like
And Sinbad in the scene gets like conservatively 7 different prop gags.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Oh, this is funny. Well, now this thing."
he
He's like,
lands perfectly from a grappling hook thing that he
Yeah.
lands perfectly, then swings down and lands perfectly on a
Yeah.
float, like perfectly. I'm like,
Yeah, like
this guy's a fucking old ass mailman.
Sinbad should be doing something else. Something else, not like being a ninja, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. I was just like, wow, this guy is like a crazy stuntman who's just like, I'm delivering mail. I can't work right now.
At this point, Howard might as well have been Turbo Man because he's already in shape enough
Yeah.
and knew all the gadgets. I'm like, he might
Apparently.
as well just
That's why they got
fight
him in
crime.
Just figured it
He might
out.
as well just continue
Didn't
to fight
like
crime.
immediately
Does he
go
keep
into
that
the
suit?
ground.
Yeah.
Why just
Well,
keep the suit?
They didn't
that's
seem
what
to
his
want to take
wife
it from him.
wanted to know
Yeah.
too, because she was
Wink.
digging it. Oh, but can
She
we just
was
talk about the fact
thirsty.
that
Well, think
he
about it. She didn't see
flew
this guy. Like,
holding his son for like a while, then
Wow.
landed and talked to them for like a few
and they
minutes.
didn't know. No, I had a clue.
His,
Twice with
okay,
James.
his mask
Jamie.
stops here, so it's all him.
Yeah,
But
and
then
that's
it's
all.
just a yellow, even above it, it's just a yellow like screen. Like you can see right through it.
It
It's
makes
so
sense. It makes sense.
ridiculous.
They have no clue.
Oh my god. I don't know. It's insane.
Like, you guys, well, what about, how, I wish you were my dad. Well, what if I am your daddy? Certainly I am your daddy. I say Howard.
Right. So and then the crowd like carries him off. They're like,
Yeah,
yay!
yeah.
Like,
Of course, he's a hero. He's a fucking hero.
sure, because he saved that kid or something. Like
He gave his son the
I mean,
toy too.
He
Like,
did literally save his
hey,
child's life.
well,
His
wait a
son
minute.
would
You
have died.
gave your son that special toy, you asshole. Like what?
Yeah, well, I mean,
But he
fuck
gives
that.
it away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's
a
a good
nice
kid.
boy.
Yeah.
Unlike
Like,
his
Turbo's
dad.
his dad.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. Like, if my dad is a cool action Turbo Man suit, well, fuck that. I'll take a picture of him.
And mom's gonna.
Yeah.
Fuck that. It's gonna be, like, he's
She's
still
like,
not gonna see that
Howard, it's okay that you're an asshole because you look real good.
suit.
in
Like,
this
the,
suit."
hopefully there's a copy somewhere, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, because...
But then, of course, at the very end of the movie, it leaves you firmly grounded in the fact that Howard is a fucking asshole. Because the mom goes, "You worked so hard for Jamie's gift. I wonder what you got for me." And it's just like, woo!
Oh, how funny. He's an asshole.
I got you my
Yeah.
penis, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Living the Turbo Man suit,
Yeah.
you have some sex with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happened. He just fucked
Yeah.
her.
So is Jingle All the Way 2 Jingle Balls? It's a porno where he's
Yeah.
having sex
Yeah.
with Rita Wilson.
Matt, it stars...
No,
Larry
it's
the
about
Cable
all
Guy.
about Ted doing it with all the ladies in
It
the neighborhood.
stars Larry the Cable Guy. It was made in 2014.
Ugh.
Are we gonna watch that next Christmas?
Oh God, I guess
Yes.
so. Yep, we will.
Was it released? I don't know.
Oh God,
Probably wasn't released.
Straight to video.
it's on
Straight to
YouTube.
garbage.
It's probably on YouTube.
Straight, it's on Tubi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be in Tubi, right? Like,
Straight to garbage. That's what this movie went.
hey, get her done. I gotta get my wife something. Hit me. Get her done. You know.
Yeah, but
Get her
what
done.
I really want to know is if Larry the Cable Guy ends up getting into like a Superman
Or
suit,
if he actually
right?
gets her done.
Oh.
Yeah, I wonder if he does get her done. You never find that out. He never says.
These could be cool battle bracelets, by the way, guys. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I kind of like that actually.
Is this making you hot like Turbo Man? Huh? Huh?
Yeah, you really like both of them.
Huh?
Like
And the,
nothing-
his or
nothing
his?
else. Yeah.
Larry's daughter wants only one thing for Christmas: a talking bear. His
talking
daughter's
bear.
stepdad intends to make sure that Larry can't get one.
Oh my God.
And is it Ted, though? So Harvey's already dead by now.
Or is it Sinbad?
It's
again?
Ted's
Who is
running
it?
man.
No, let's
Oh,
find out.
yeah,
It's
Myron.
Sinbad.
Who is it? Find out who it is.
Oh,
Who's
Jesus.
the? I'm sure it's
Look
the
it
other
up. Get
star.
the cast list.
It's
Guys,
the other male star. It's probably not even anybody.
is
we know.
this better?
Fucking, what's his name's in this?
Dolph Lundgren.
No. Anthony
Jerry
Corelli
O'Connell.
as, what's his name? The wrestler, the hand, the fake Italian dude.
Santino Marella?
Yeah, Santino Morales in this movie.
The hand.
I didn't watch wrestling at that point.
I was like, Sacco? I was like, what?
Sacco, the other Sacco.
It's probably
Flacco.
that guy, Brian Stepanek
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, he's the evil
Whoever he
stepdad.
is,
Yeah, Victor. His name's Victor. And
You
that's a
probably
kid's
don't even
face.
know that guy.
Guys,
It's
you know
from
what?
Rich.
We're gonna
Guys,
put
is this
next
better?
year.
No, is this better or worse than Christmas with the Cranks?
Oh, is this still going?
Yeah, it's still better.
That's not
Better.
yet.
Definitely better. I watch this movie every
This
year.
Is it better?
movie
Better
was
than Santa
enjoyable
Oh,
as fuck.
Yeah.
It might have gone off the rails at the end. It did a little bit, but this was probably
It was a little too much Christopher Columbus's hand in this.
This was a fun Christmas movie, to be honest. Like, I really didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did.
He really didn't, and it's funny because he was like, "You watch this every year." I'm like, "Hell yeah!"
I was like, this
do.
looks like
is a great
trash.
movie.
And then I was like, I will watch it with you.
Yeah.
I might.
A new
Yeah.
family.
I'm not
TV
gonna burn
show.
this after watching. I'm not gonna burn it.
Except
You heard
unless
it
it's
here,
The
guys.
Christmas
This is the first
Miracle.
one in a while. Yeah.
Christmas Miracle.
From this guy over here.
burn the Yule log and watch the movie.
Watch the movie.
Stay classy, guys.
Bye.
Feliz Navidad.